ain't standing on your business, then get out of bounds. Me and my dogs, we winning every round. Yeah. Thinking that you hard, we standing 10 toes down. Got too much on the line, so we can't get up out of bounds, dog. Either you in or you out of bounds. Either you in or you out of bounds. Either you in or you out of bounds. Either you in or you out of bounds.
Winner, so we could take that bound. If you ain't here, then you out of bounds. Quarterback and catching plays, just don't let it hit the ground.
When it's on, either you in or you out of bounds.
Okay. We live. This is our first time at the Millville Motorsports. They call it the New Jersey Motorsports Park. A lot of times we call it the Millville Motorsports, but it's really the New Jersey Motorsports Park. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually tap into a lot of situations that's going into the community through the Midget Football League. Right now we got former president, Mr. Chris Wilson. He's also in charge of Sound Mind, Sound Body. Is a great organization. We need it. We definitely need it. They just was in Detroit a couple weeks ago. Also, we have Miss Tanya Ford. If you know anything about the Fords, dealing with the athletes, I mean, they go on and on and on. From Darren Ford to Justin Ford to, I mean, we can just keep going on and on. So it's an honor. The grandpa played for the Cleveland Indians or something. So it just goes on and on. So it's an honor to have both of them here. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about 15 minutes and let them really do what they need to do before we bring the main guests on. So starting with you, Mr. Chris Wilson, you know what's going on in the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you kind of like elaborate on how important the Vineland Midget Football League is?
Yeah. Served as the president. From there, we have a great president in line now with Derek Williams that's there now. But we're basically the staple in the community. You know, VMFL's been there since 1955. You know, and has been a vehicle and a vessel for the youth of our county and of our city. So, you know, the climate is to keep kids active. You know, as always, the climate is to push them to their limits in regards to educationally, athletically. Student athlete is always the moniker that we use. And with Sound Mind, Sound Body, we're just that vehicle to take it to that next level to prepare them from college. You know, and, you know, we just had that trip to Detroit where we took 4 youth from our city, former VMFL athletes, and they did a phenomenal job there. They were able to get their biometrics and everything calculated and stored in the system. They have these bracelets with the QR codes now where they track everything from 40 time, the broad jump, to bench press, to wingspan and everything that they have, that all coaches can see all their data. So there was over 60 D1 colleges there that these kids were able to perform in front of, and we have 2 of them right now that are getting hits from colleges that actually attended the event. So that's huge, you know. We were self-funded this year. Hopefully, you know, next year we'll be able to take many more. You know, we have a lot of parents that are chirping and want to take their child next year, but we were self-funded this year. We got the kids there, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful affair.
So let me ask you this. How did you go with the process of choosing the kids that went to Detroit with you?
Well, you know, VMFL is always going to be in my heart. So I just went, you know, strictly to former VMFL athletes, you know, but you know, Bridgeton, BMFL, Millville, Holly City, you know, all of them are on the radar for their kids. So we want to be a vehicle to all the midget football leagues in our county. And then, of course, our wings will span to Gloucester County, Camden County, and Atlantic County as well.
Okay. Good stuff. How long have you been a part of the Vineland Midget Football League?
Bryce was, my oldest, was 4 years old when he started, and he's 17 now. So, yeah, so it's been a while. Been a while.
Right.
Yeah.
So besides learning the game of football, what else do you think the kids will take away when they do leave the Vineland Midget Football League?
Well, it's important that, once they step from, our oldest group is the Raiders. So once they step from that and go to high school, kids are sometimes forgot about, right? We just leave them in the high school coach's hands. But what we're going to be able to do is be that step, that ladder for them to carry them out through their 4 years of high school. The under-recruited athlete. Let's be real. There's a lot of kids. We have a gentleman that's going to be speaking in a few about under-recruited athletes. You know what I mean? That will drop some jewels that we all need to listen to. So the under-recruited athlete is that athlete that, has the ability to do things, but just isn't the hot topic. Okay. So what Sound Mind, Sound Body of New Jersey in the sports aspect is able to do is to put that and give that platform to that athlete for coaches to have them on their radar.
Okay, sound good.
Yeah.
And that's very important because at the end of the day, we think of sports.
Yeah.
We don't think of anything outside of sports. We think of how much talent that kid got.
Yeah.
We think of the attitude maybe that kid has. And we think of maybe, are they going to D1, D2, D3 college or whatever. And a lot of times that don't happen.
Correct.
A lot of times it's like, they didn't go to D1, they didn't go to D2. So where are they left at now? I mean, when you do the survey of who's left out here, you're talking about 25-year-olds that didn't go to college. Yeah. You're talking about 25-year-olds that's in the streets creating gangs and taking it to a whole nother level. So with that being said, you hear a lot than you don't hear. How do you focus on that to help that individual get and go down the right path?
Well, like we were talking earlier when we were eating, it's all about cultivating and changing a mindset, right? We know that there is a huge amount of the population of student athletes that will not make it to the next level. But with the NIL and the NIL now that's going on, with the transfer portal that's going on, you might not get all the hits for the D1 schools, but now it has opened up opportunities to go D2 and D3. Okay. Now, it's a hindrance on a kid that's right on that precipice of being a D1 athlete that might not get that shot because you got a transfer coming in from Alabama to this school, and they're going to take a 20-year-old over an 18-year-old out of high school.
Right.
But that individual still has the opportunity to get a free education, right? And that's what it's really all about. If we can put kids in places through their gift that God has given them through athletics to get a free education, now we're changing components of generational wealth gap. Now we're changing components of having a career to stand up and strive for, and you're changing the dynamic of the culture of the family.
So with that being said, I keep hearing you saying family over and over. A lot of times it's just about that athlete. How important it is for that family to be involved with that athlete?
Yeah. It's about movers and shakers in your community and cultivating that mindset to develop, right? A lot of our backgrounds, we push sports, right? But it's bigger than that. There's an academic piece inside to it. We were talking earlier, John was talking about, the mechanical side, the STEM side, so we have a STEM component as well, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So when you see, my son Jace is 6 years old and can read books better than I can. I don't know how he's done it because I didn't teach him, but it's just something that he gravitates to. So you find out what your kid has, his passion, and then you push that lane for them, whether it be athletics, whether it be educational.
Okay. So with that being said, I heard you say John, and for the audience that don't know who John is, we respect him. You know what I mean? From 1 to 1,000. Yeah. He's actually here in the audience. Yeah. He's humble. He's a humble guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's not the...
I want to say something slick about it, but I won't do it online.
Say it. Because that slick is still going to come out to be something positive.
No, John, listen, John has been... I had the pleasure of meeting John.
Who is John who?
John Fuqua.
Okay.
What
organization do he have in his control?
John has Life Worth Living. And the South Jersey Hope and Healing Collaborative that we're now pushing. Okay. So I had the pleasure of meeting John around the times that George Floyd was murdered. and we were setting up protests across South Jersey. And John, I had just met John maybe a week or two before, never knew him. And there was a meeting that was happening with our mayor in order to make this protest the right way. So John gave me a call. Yo, listen, you need to be a part of this. And then we had, matter of fact, my guy Wade, I don't know if Wade is in here, but Wade was there as well. And we had one of the biggest protests. That's my guy, Wade. Wade Lopeman. We had one of the biggest protests that year on City Hall steps, a peaceful protest, I might add, on the City Hall steps in Violent. So that's how me and John forged our relationship. But John has been a staple in our community, leading by just not his words, but action as well. And here we are, you know, establishing something big for the county, for our municipalities, and we're all on one accord.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I know the audience can't see this, but the people that's in this room, I mean, you name two of them. You name Wade Lopeman, you name John Fuqua. My partner, who since coming from Atlanta, me and my partner, Mr. Dan Sinclair, our partner was with Rob. Right?
Yeah, Rob
Colson,
yeah, Rob, good dude.
So just with those names, if you really think about it, that's in control of the county. Whether the county want to admit it or not, I mean, we have our ups and downs on who we jump behind or who we don't jump behind. But when you really think about it, it's only a couple names that really control what's going on in the county. And the thing that I love about what's going on is we got somebody called Sound Mind, Sound Body. That if it wasn't for certain people, we wouldn't know who Sound Mind, Sound Body is. Sound Mind, Sound Body. We got something called Outta Boundz. If it wasn't for certain people, we couldn't say Outta Boundz even existed. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, they didn't care who rode with them or who didn't ride with them.
Yeah.
They cared about what was right.
Well, it's all
so
about.
How you feel about that?
Well, it's all about eliminating ego, right? You know, once we put our egos and our pride aside and understand that we're on for the same common path and good, then there's no argument. When that ego gets involved is when division and competition happens. Okay. And it's not about that in the nonprofit sector for me. Okay. And I can say that for them gentlemen as well.
Okay. And I gave everybody a salute and I gave everybody a props. But you so dope, bro. You know what I mean? No, all jokes aside, you so dope, and you've been by my side for a long time, and you grew from my side.
Yeah.
So I just want to say on camera, I love you, bro, because at the end of the day, you never change your spots.
Nah.
And guess what?
And I'm not always agreeing with,
but in this field, and you hard to deal with. Yeah, but in this field, when you stay strong to what's right, it just makes you a unicorn, bro. Yeah. So I just want to say, at the end of the day, sometimes people are not agreeable with you or what you're going through, right? Yeah. But you still fighting. Like, because of you, we have the Jamil Dembies that's getting ready to come on, right? Now, he put in his own work. Don't get that wrong.
Yes, he did, yeah.
Don't get that wrong. He put in his own work.
Yes.
He's a
force. He's a force.
I don't even know what to say about him, right?
He's a force.
I'm biased when it comes to him.
He's a force.
I call him the
nothing short. You leave that.
Okay,
he's a force.
Okay, I ain't gonna get.
We're gonna leave it there.
We're gonna leave it right there, right?
Yeah, he's a force.
But at the end of the day, he has every right in his mind to go wherever he want to go, to do whatever he want to do. He don't have to be here.
It ain't in his blood, man. That man is so loyal. He is so humble. He is such a I'm getting goosebumps right now. He is such a leader, and humbly, not with it gotta provide. Right. He's such a leader, man, that we are blessed to have an individual like him that supports violence, that supports his home league, and just a voice for the youth that are coming up behind him.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. And we can't forget about his mom. We can't forget about his dad. Right?
Yeah,
they say it takes a village.
Yeah.
It takes a village to take that child, whether it's a young man or young woman, to the next level. So we definitely want to salute Jazz.
Oh, man. I told Jazzy before, and I had the pleasure of speaking to Jamil's father about the great job that they did of raising this man. And no difference from his little brother Ahmad as well, man. These two kids have.
Ahmad is the real genius. People don't know that. Ahmad is. I've been following him. Ahmad is the real genius, though.
And we talked about out there when we were eating the benefits of having a two-pronged household, right? And Jamil and Ahmad are the products of having that unit together. Yes. You know what I mean? And that's what the fruits of that type of labor yields are those two young adults.
Yes. Yeah. And I love that. At the end of the day, man, we got somebody else that we want to bring on, but we don't want you to leave, but they can go to commercials, whatever commercials they got drawn up, because I ain't even put no commercials together. You know what I mean? I mean, we got Hydro Rhino in the building.
Hydro Rhino.
You know what I mean?
Hydro Rhino Foundation.
For the industry. We got a couple other people in the building, but at the end of the day, I never put no commercials together because it was just all about Jamil. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You hit me up without saying any names. You was like, hey, can we speak about blah, blah, blah? And I said, what did I say, bro?
You said you can invite him, but it's Jamil's day.
I said, it's Jamil's day.
Yep.
So I just didn't want to be faking that like I'm being fake, because who you said was very important to the community. But to me, it's Jamil's day.
Listen, I remember the first time I came to Jamil about doing the camp. And not only did I didn't even get to finish my sentence. He was all in. You know what I mean? And it's just been a beautiful thing. Shout out to Marquise Bell. Shout out to LaQuint Allen. This is the first time in Cumberland County history that we have back-to-back camps. And if the community can't get behind that we got a whole weekend of football training, dog, that's unheard of. I made a post. How many counties in New Jersey can say that they have all these athletes to do camps in a whole weekend? This might be the first. So this might be the first, Jamil.
This why it's so important, right? This is my little nephew right here. I wasn't going to do this. He probably don't even want to talk. But he lives in Paulsboro.
He look like a natural. He
lives in Paulsboro, right? And this is my partner's son. But the reason it's so important because somebody at his age, how old are you?
10.
He's so smart. He's so wise. So sometimes when we talk and when we say things, we don't even give the publicity or the cosign that somebody this age is that smart. Yeah. So I just want you to say one little thing. This is RJ for those that's out there in the music in the world of entertainment. Let me just ask you one question. What do you think it takes for somebody your age to follow somebody our age? We didn't rehearse this. Right. So whatever you say, nephew, is no wrong or no right answer.
What's the question?
What do you think that it takes for somebody your age to follow somebody our age?
And what do I think it takes?
Yes.
Like work, practice, and help.
Ooh.
Charity.
I love it.
Work, practice, and help, he said.
And you ain't know I was going to say that, and I love you. Yeah. All right, take your curly hair over there. So that came from a 10-year-old.
Work, practice, and help, he said.
Say it again.
Work, practice, and help, he said.
You know how important that is?
Yeah.
That's important because sometimes we think we got all the right answers. Right. But at the end of the day, they don't want to hear our answers. Right. They want to know what they know. So at the end of the day, sometimes we got to sit back, pause, and say, what do the young people know? Right. And what do the young people want?
Well, that lets you know he has a good teacher, right? You know, it's hard pressed to get a child of that age to talk about helping and to have a charitable heart and have a passion to give. I mean, he's already ahead of the learning curve.
Okay.
Yeah, that was dope.
So with that being said, like I said, I didn't rehearse him or anything. This is my little nephew. I love him, and he's going to tell you how he really feels. You know what I mean? So I didn't know what he was going to say. He might have said, go to hell. I don't know.
His dad in here. His dad ain't going to
No, it don't matter if his dad is here. That's who he is as an individual.
Right.
So when I came, you know.
He might have said that to Uncle Coop on the side. But
he might have said that to me on the side. But,
hell.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's my little guy. Yeah. With that being said, we can go to commercials, and we're going to come back for 5 minutes because Rock keep doing this. I don't know what this means. He's in the comedy world. That means wrap it up. But that's my little bro. That's my big little bro. So we can go to commercials right now, and we'll come right back to Tanya.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
New Life Church in Millville, New Jersey presents our July 4th musical, The Chosen and the Flag. It's a musical celebration of our independence, and it happens July 7th at 11 a.m. Doors open at 10:30. Join us for an exciting celebration at New Life Church, July 7th, 201 Bluebird Lane, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
New Life Church in Millville, New Jersey presents our July 4th musical, The Chosen and the Flag. It's a musical celebration of our independence, and it happens July 7th at 11 a.m. Doors open at 10:30. Join us for an exciting celebration at New Life Church, July 7th, 201 Bluebird Lane, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
New Life Church in Millville, New Jersey presents our July 4th musical, The Chosen and the Flag. It's a musical celebration of our independence, and it happens July 7th at 11 a.m. Doors open at 10:30. Join us for an exciting celebration at New Life Church, July 7th, 201 Bluebird Lane, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
New Life Church in Millville.
Yeah, so sounds like one there.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we back after the commercial. Man, we talked on some real great stuff. Mr. Chris Wilson, you're a genius, y'all. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm saying that out of moderation. I'm saying that because I know what you went through. I know where your heart is at. And we talked about a lot of things that you touched on. Now we want to go to the Miss. We want to go to the Queen. We want to go to Tanya. Yes, let's bow down. We want to go to Tanya Ford. But at the end of the day, we want to go to a situation that's sad.
Yeah.
And it's sad and happy in the same situation, because we're talking about Von J. Von J, I'm not even going to take the credit. I'm going to let both of them take the credit on who Von J is and what Von J came with when it came to the Vineland Midget Football League.
Von J was everything. She was she did her thing phenomenal. Everything that she did. I brought her on to the Vineland Midget Football League in 2022. And she just took it to another level with the cheerleaders and everything. I'm just talking about, she went out and gave out book bags. She went out in the community. Everything she did, she mentioned VMFL. She was so proud. She was mothers to children that didn't have mothers. She was mentoring to the kids that needed mentoring. Wow. She was just everything. She was phenomenal in everything that she did. And when she did it humbly, and no questions asked or nothing like that. The kids were happy, great. They didn't even want to leave her cheerleading team to move up to the next level. Wow. We had to get.
Y'all would fight about that.
That's serious.
Y'all would fight
That's serious.
Is
Yes.
that real?
Yes.
That's true. That's true.
It's true. They didn't want to leave her. They wanted to stay on her team.
Wow.
Yes.
So with that being said, Vonjay, I know her. I was introduced to her from Brandon Blunt, right? Mm-hmm. We call him Breezy. And at that time, I didn't know she was related to me. Mm-hmm. We didn't find out until like 3-4 months down the road. And when we found out, it was like, wow, like the energy that she already had, the energy that I already had, it just came together. And it just really made sense on who she was and why she was doing what she was doing. It just was something that, at the end of the day, if you didn't know Vonjay, then you wouldn't understand. Mm-hmm. But if you knew Vonjay, you'll say, oh, that fits her. You know what I mean? So when I found out who she was and how we was related, it just took it to a whole nother level on how I really truly felt about her. But the stories that my brother Chris has, my sister Tanya has, that's a story that can go in a book, that can go in a Kindle form, that can go somewhere where people around the world need to read and understand who she is and what she brought to the table.
Yes, because with Vonjay, she never stopped. When I found out that she was sick, I said, I'm going to let you take this year off so you get yourself together. And she was like, no, I need this. Wow. I need this. So nothing stopped her. She just kept going and going. You would never know she was in that state that she was in. You would never know. And her kids were her world. Kids were her world.
I seen that.
And, you know, her being my cousin, she came to all the family, started coming to the family. Everything was just wonderful with her. You couldn't say nothing bad about her. Right. We had a Pollyanna, and the person that she had, she gave him a microphone. And she was like, now you take the mic. Right. Now you go further. So, you know.
I love it. And I know one time me and my brother Chris, we was out Jim Peachel Park celebrating Ron Rogers' memorial through my brother Wade and through my brother Bill. They do it every year. Ron Rogers was somebody that was very important in the community. So we came out there, and I remember Vonjay was like so lit, and her cheerleaders were so lit, and we ended up doing
a donation,
right? Yep. So me and Chris, we did it as a joke. We did it as, let's get the little girls together and y'all better give money. We talk about the men. Yep. And guess what? She rounded them up in a circle, and it became not a joke, but it became something serious. And they raised a whole lot of money just with the fellas and the young men that was out there. But that was Vonjay.
Yeah, it was her.
She spit, she did her rap piece, her lyrical piece, and that was Vonjay. And them little girls, just their energy just kept going through and through and through. And at the time, I didn't know my little brother Bill's daughter, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm gonna take that money from you. Just joking. Mm-hmm. So Vonjay said, you gotta go through a whole lot of people to get her money. You know what I mean? I didn't know that was Bill's daughter, right? And from that point on, she led the whole energy of collecting that money. But that's what Vonjay brought to the table. So what you think about that when it comes to it can't get done, but Vonjay said it can get done. Like when everybody say it's not going to happen, Vonjay is the one that say it is going to happen. You know her more than I know her. How you feel about that, Tanya?
Her motivation for whatever was, if she wants it done, ain't nobody stopping her. She gonna get it done by any means necessary. Wow. She was getting it done. Wow. Even with the cheerleaders, when they needed stuff, she was getting it done. If the parents didn't have it, she was getting somebody to get it so they can have it. So with her was it.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
she
it.
was.
Whew, this is
Yeah.
deep. This is deep, yo, because I found out later on that we was cousins. You know what I mean? This is deep. I don't really want to keep going on talking about it, but I know how important it is because there's so many people looking up to her, and she's no longer here, and they still want something to hold on to, tangible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How you feel about that, brother?
Well, I mean, first off, I want to just applaud Jan.
Yeah.
First of all, for raising this young lady that gave so much back to our community, that had a passion, and I lead by passion. A lot of people don't. Vaughn led by passion, and for her, just full disclaimer, you brought Vaughn to me because Vaughn had to get co-signed on whether to be a coach.
Yeah.
Now, full disclaimer as well, the powers that be all didn't want Vaughn to be a coach. But when Vaughn speaks to you, I'm getting goosebumps right now. When Vaughn speaks to you, it's hard to tell her no, especially when she gives you that voice. Jen, you know what I'm talking about. Not only were we not supposed to have Vaughn as a coach, I didn't care about that. Vaughn, as soon as Tanya vouched for her and said this is what she wants, it was done. And I am so happy I made that decision, because these girls that came up to me during the vigil had tears in their eyes, you know, about how much Vaughn meant for them. And she found a way. She found a way. So just with all that being said, Vaughn was so unique. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jan. She had a relationship with everybody that was not the same as the next person. I don't know how she did it. I don't know if it was multiple personality. I don't know what it was. But the relationship you had with Vaughn, Tanya had with Vaughn, Jazzy had with Vaughn, it was all different relationships. And that's what drew me, the magnetic frequency to her. And I mean, Chris, I got this idea. Vaughn, talk to Tanya. Because I already knew what it was. Talk to Tanya, because I knew the power in Vaughn's voice and the passion behind what she always wanted to do.
Right.
And I mean, we had a situation where we found out one of our, without saying names, of course, one of our cheerleading families was living behind Walmart in their car.
Wow.
In their car, cheerleading for the league, and didn't have a house to go to. Right? Vaughn calls me up. Woo, Jazzy, you remember this? What can we do with it? And we handled it. We don't make it a public escapade or anything. We handled it and did something, you know, for this family. But if Vaughn was not the conduit to that, we would have never knew. We would have think that this family was the same type of, and everything was all good when they was put out of their house, living in the backseat of a car, and she had like 3 or 4 kids. So that was Vaughn. And from my mouth to everybody's ears in here, it will be, her name will live on, Jan.
Yes, yes.
And I don't care if it's only me just saying it. Her name will live on because of the type of energy, even though those 2 short years or 3 years it might have been that she was there, she accomplished a lot.
She did.
You know, so our condolences to your family. You know, we are here for you in any way imaginable. But Vaughn was a special person.
Yes.
Vaughn was a special person.
So with that being said, you got me crying and got goosebumps, and you know what I mean, I don't want to choke nobody. You know, I don't know how to handle that part. But we're gonna go to a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we're gonna have our special guests on, Mr. Jamil.
Hold on, before we go to the break.
Oh wow.
Mark Money, Vaughn, we love you.
I love it.
Sorry, Tanya, I'm covering
It's
your
okay.
face.
I love it.
I'm holding it out.
We love you.
I love it.
You know, Bop, Zai, all of them. We gonna keep your name alive.
I love it. And with that being said, hey, that's the segue. We're gonna go to a 2-minute break, or 3-minute. It's up to my partner.
For the
Ron.
king to come up next, right?
Yes.
The big Jamil, why we all here?
Yes. And we're
Big
gonna go
Dimby
ahead and
Day.
run the commercial through, and we're gonna talk behind scenes in the whole 9. I love y'all, and let's keep going. All right.
Good job.
New Jersey presents our July 4th musical, The Chosen and the Flag. It's a musical celebration of our independence, and it happens July 7th at 11 a.m. Doors open at 10:30. Join us for an exciting celebration at New Life Church, July 7th, 201 Bluebird Lane, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
New Life Church in Millville, New Jersey. Presents our July 4th musical, The Chosen and the Flag. It's a musical celebration of our independence, and it happens July 7th at 11 a.m. Doors open at 10:30. Join us for an exciting celebration at New Life Church, July 7th, 201 Bluebird Lane, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
New Life.
We back.
Yes.
The first half was something really that was really touching. Chris Wilson, Tanya Ford. We talking about Von J, how much she meant to the Violent Midget Football League. It just really was touching because I found out later on that she was my cousin. You know what I mean? Besides the music, besides what she's doing for the community, I found out that she was my cousin. And it really took me to a whole nother level on how I really felt about her. You had the opportunity to meet her.
I did, man.
We interviewed her.
Yeah, I did. And what a great loss. And I'm sorry for your loss, man. It was a great loss. I had a chance to meet her, and I also had a chance to listen to her music, which was crazy. And I was asking you, I said, I wonder if Jamil and them ever made any music together.
No.
If y'all had, you know what I mean?
No, it's crazy. I had met her, the first time I met her, I knew about her, but I met her actually at a Dave & Buster's.
Wow.
So she saw me, I was me and a couple homies, and she came up to me and she said, "You're Jamil Demby, right?" And she can't, it was like I already knew her. Like what y'all talking about her vibe, it was like I already knew her, and you know what I'm saying? She just had great energy, and she told me, "Hey, I make music," and she just had a great energy. It was like, wow. It was like it didn't matter my accomplishments. She just was treating me just as Jamil Demby, and I appreciated that a lot. And I remember before I left, she was with her kids, and I gave them, my Dave & Buster's, the rest of my Dave & Buster's card, and ever since then, I just was locked into her journey. And I remember my brother, young Steph, was like, they were at a function, and she said, he said, "I would sign Von J right now." And I was like, I agree with you. Like, she was amazing, and just incredible. So, yeah, we've been, you know, it's been a tough week. Me and my mom went to the viewing, and it's you know, she'll forever be remembered. So
Yeah, that's deep again. Sorry for your loss, Cumberland County. That lost a good one, man.
That's a big loss.
That lost a
was
good
a
one.
big loss.
That lost a good one. But you know, we say Jamil Demi. I mean, you're here, bro.
yeah,
Again, you're here again. We had the pleasure of interviewing before at the old
on the live,
the old
man. We was there on the live, man. We was in the trenches.
But now we got you in person, man. You gave some really good info too, man. You dropped some jewels. We had people in the inbox hitting us up and thanking us for the info and a whole bunch of stuff. So we appreciate that, man.
Nah, for sure. It's crazy because now that, you know, I've been getting older, you know, everyone is like, oh, Jamil, you the football player, you know, you was at the Super Bowl, yo, where the ring? Like, but as I got older, I'm like, man, I went through some things and some adversity. I'm like, I'm more than that. I'm not Jamil Demby, the Super Bowl. There's so much more to me than just a football player. And it's interesting, you know, I've had some injuries later on in my career, and I think, you know, God had that happen to show me, like, you're more than a football player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's been a great journey for me so far. So,
you know, OG, you always talk about purpose, right? You always talk about people's purpose and everything like that. And although we may be talented at sports, right, and talented at doing something, not necessarily mean that's our purpose, right?
Exactly.
Do you feel like you have a different purpose other than football? Or have you tapped into that yet?
Oh, 100%. I would say, you know, just from you know, a spiritual and a leadership perspective, you know, going through what I've went through in my career, the ups and the downs, you know, the valleys have taught me a lot more than the mountaintops. And I believe that brought me closer to God and really allowed God to put that vision in me that I was supposed to make it there to allow others to flourish after me. And for people that, you know, were in fought some adversity, to be able to show them how to get through that. And also just be a leader in the community. Where I get my fulfillment is not on the football field. I get it from coming back to the community and, you know, giving game on the kids. And it's not about money. I'm a resource. You know, I'm always giving back and donating, but I'm also a resource up here. You know, I've took losses in investments. I made gains in investments. I pushed through being benched, coming back, starting. There's a lot of different mental, you know, capacities that I've been through that I can give to the next generation. And, you know, outside of being a musician or being in real estate, like that's my purpose. So I feel like God aligned me with that. And
back up. Let's rewind a little bit. You talk about music, real estate, and everything.
He hit a lot.
But there's something else that you talked about giving back. And you have a camp this week, right? Tomorrow, this weekend, something like that?
Tomorrow. So tomorrow, June 28th, registration is from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. and the camp is from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. So ages 5 to 14 for youth football, and it's a free event. We got, you know, DJ. We're gonna have snack, food. We're gonna have a couple other, you know, NFL guys actually from Jersey come out.
That's the giving back part.
And we're just gonna have incredible people, you know, in the community. I can't say enough about the community. You know, I've been out of the NFL for 2 seasons, and the reception I keep getting and the support on this camp every year has been incredible. And I'm just thankful for the people that, you know, had a hand in this. And this wasn't, you know, my idea. This was a seed that was planted, like Chris said earlier. And also my mom's and just many other people. And that's why I always say that's another thing God showed me. He brought me to the mountaintop and, you know, took things away from me to show me it's not you. It was me, and it was the people around you. And I wouldn't be here. This wasn't off my will. So the Jamil Demby Free Youth Football Camp is partnered with VMFL. And it's a community event. It's a VMFL event. And I'm just here to use my likeness that God blessed me with to bring the people out and to open their eyes about how special the community is. So
it sounds like your biggest accomplishments have been off the field.
Yeah.
It sounds like your biggest accomplishment has been off the field. Like you get more gratification being off the field doing what you do with the community and with everyone else than you did on the field.
100%, because I've been playing football since I was 7 years old.
Oh, I get it.
So that was something I've been doing consistently. I graduated college at 21 years old. So from 7 to 21, I've had success. I've made errors. I was able to learn from it. I've been able to hone in on a skill for that long.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then to be able to accomplish it, and my dreams of going to the NFL, that was amazing. And I had my trials and errors there, my success. But there was things I had to tap into off the field that I didn't have that much experience with. And, you know, getting the keys to run my own camp, that was harder than going ahead and jump set in the DN that run a 4.4. Like,
wow.
And, you know, being able now, me and my wife are serving in the kids ministry back in my church in Florida, Vibrant Church. I was nervous. It was like, nah, that's something I could never do. I could be on the field and teach some kids and get on them like, hey, you acting up, run a super lap, or this is how we're going to do this drill. But I was scared. I was nervous to be like, hey, this is how we about to do life. So going through those have allowed me to grow, and I get more fulfillment from that now because that's something I'm not used to doing, and I'm able to, you know, find myself through that. So
is it safe to say, I hope not, but is it safe to say that you're done with football?
I would say for this year, for sure.
For this year.
And full transparency, there was a time where the camp is supposed to be an annual camp. And there was a time where this year where I'm coming back from an injury last year, a lot of people don't know about, where I tore my ACL and partial patella tendon. So 2 years before that is when I ruptured my patella tendon. So the back end of my career is where I sustained a lot of serious injuries.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so I was putting football first. And like I said, I'm always going to bring it back to God. I feel like I was making football my God instead of my God. And I was putting off the camp because I was like, I don't know, moms, I'm trying to go back to Canada reaching out. Oh, I'm about to get my brace. I'm about to recover. And I was getting so much more excited about doing the camp. I was getting excited about getting into real estate. I was excited about music, making music. I was excited about a lot of different things off the field than I was on the field. And that allowed me to be like, you know what? I'm in control. And I'm control what I'm control of, and God was leading the way. So I feel a lot happier now that I'm allowed to, you know, put everything else that's important first. And then, you know, I have my success in football.
Yeah.
So if next year I end up playing ball in the spring league, and then something crazy happens and I get a shot back in the league, it does, but that's not my North Star, because I know now that, like, I'm more than the NFL. Yeah. That's only this much of my life.
Right.
If I had a 10-year career, I'd be 31. That can't be my God. I got so much more life to live. So, yeah, I'm very content with allowing God lead the way. And yeah, so I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. I know I'm more excited about things off the field. So I don't know what that tells you, but yeah.
No, that's a step, OG.
So let me say something, man. And I might be biased. I'm trying to hold my tears in because your mom is my sister. My son is your brother. From Jamie to Jaquan.
Facts.
Like, we really came up. I'm older than your mom, but from her to Diane, we brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? So you being here is just something different. You so more than football. It's crazy. I call you the GOAT. I call you the hometown hero because you was at the highest of your career, and guess what you still did? Came back and talked to them little babies at Violent Midget Football League. Yeah. It didn't take you to retire from football. It didn't take you to be injured from football for you to do this. It didn't take Chris Wilson, who I think, I know people going to smack me in my face, is one of the greatest presidents of Violent Midget football history.
Thanks.
And if you want to test it, you got to go all the way down to John Buffalo.
Yeah.
See, I've been playing for a long time. And I know what my brother came to the table with. I know how he took them kids out of Axtell, out of Walnut Manor, out of 6th Street and said, play football. You know what I mean? So what you did, nephew, you added to that.
Facts.
So anything you touch is great. Your music is great. The fact that you are a financial investor is great. Anything that you touch, God gonna keep blessing you because of who you truly are without everything else.
Facts.
Football is, okay, we love it. Don't get that wrong. You did great. Don't get that wrong. But at the end of the day, who you are as a man, who you are as an individual, who you are to be able to sit here and talk about Von J and be able to talk about the Violent Midget League football, who you are as an individual, damn. You got to be that person.
I can test.
You got to be that person. You cannot fake it. You cannot act like I'm Jamil Demby and you're not Jamil Demby. Right. You got to be that person. So where you coming from is so many. Listen, I went on your page the other day, 2 days ago, and I looked at how many NFL players that's currently in the NFL that still follow you, that still react to your posts, that still salute you, and they're still playing in the NFL. That's a blessing. You know why? Because they're looking at Jamil Demby as he the one.
Not the football player.
Not the football player. Part of my I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah, don't
not
get
the
a sticker.
Football player.
We just got on this.
Because we got investors looking at this show. So we ain't gonna mess it up. I ain't gonna mess it up, but I was gonna say the F word. But what I'm saying is this. I follow you, right? My son Trust, last year in high school, playing against Williamstown, he tore his ACL. He went into a state of depression. I didn't know, his mom didn't know, we didn't know how to handle that. But guess what he did? He found a way to still be a part of football without playing football.
Exactly.
And he came up with a plan, and it was called Field Drip.
Yep.
Right? He got 102,000 followers, and companies are paying him to promote their company, right? So when I see Jamil is connected to him, when I see my son is connected to you, because my son is 23 years old, that tells me that, listen, no matter what Jamil does, it's still people that look up to you. I love you. Listen, I love you. I talk to you, but I never force anything on you. When you was at the height of your career, when you was at the medium of your career, when you was at the lower of your career, I never forced anything to you. I just said, that's my nephew. You feel where I'm coming from? Right. So with that being said, I did the same thing with your mom, Jazz. That is my sister. That's my love. Right?
Thanks.
You don't even know what you got headed in the forefront of you. You so good, you so great that it's damn near like, why? listen at what your uncle said. It's damn near like, what's next?
For real.
You don't even know what's next because you are so great at being great. You don't even have a clue at what's being next. And I just wanted to tell you, this ain't got nothing to do with this show. Damn this show. That's how I really feel. I'm telling you from your uncle. Like, you don't even know what God got for you. You sat on our platform and talked about God. Nobody ever came on here and talked about God.
For real.
Jamil, you don't even know. And your mom probably got goosebumps. Your grandma probably got goosebumps. You are the, almost cussed again. You are the GOAT, bro. You are the GOAT. Chris, I can't say nothing wrong about you. I would never do that anyway, because you're the GOAT. But him, he's the most stubborn person in the world. He's the most stubborn person in the world. Guess what? You can't do no wrong with Jamil.
Facts.
Your dad is a GOAT. Your mom is a GOAT-ette.
For real.
Is that a thing, a GOAT-ette?
It's a new word. Your mom is a GOAT-ette. Your dad is a GOAT.
For real.
But I'm gonna let it go because it's too personal with me when it comes to you, right? It's too personal, and I just want to say one thing. What you doing outside of football? You talking about financial literacy? I follow you. You got a whole group of NFL players. What's the name of the group?
Pro Athlete Community.
Did y'all know that? Say it again.
Pro athlete community.
Did y'all know that? I follow you, right? So at the end of the day, it's people in your circle that has the ability to tap into people that they don't even know who they're going to tap into.
For real.
You that GOAT. You that GOAT. From this point, I'm not saying nothing else. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you. This ain't got nothing to do with the show. I love you. For real.
And there's really nothing you can do
about it.
And
there's nothing you can do about it. He's from Ocean City. We really don't like him on the football field, but he's a great dude when it comes outside of the football field.
Hold on.
No, we don't like you.
I appreciate that for real, but we beat y'all a lot. We beat y'all.
Oh, you ain't beat us. You ain't beat me when I was playing.
You played. How many times y'all lost Ocean City?
That was years ago. I don't remember.
Oh. Thank you, Jamil. Thank you, Jamil. Thank you. Regardless.
Last time he tried to get me too on the show.
I did. I thought you forgot.
But nah. But nah.
We only got about 10 minutes, and my brother Ryan. I thank you so much.
We got like 5.
I just want to say something. Bruh, they came here for you. John Fuca, you see how big he is. He don't move for nobody, right? He knew you was coming on the show. Ron, where my brother Ron? He's bigger than John. He knew you was coming on the show. My son, I ain't gonna talk about how big he is, but he started an organization called Rhino Heart outside of Rhino, right? Hydro Rhino, right? And that's to give back. And guess what he getting ready to do? Me as his dad said, son, you gotta get back. You can't just make money from the community because we have fed up for you. Yeah. So he started the heart part of it. And they get ready to clean all of the veterans' tombstones.
That's amazing.
Is that amazing?
That's amazing.
All of the veterans' tombstones. If y'all think that's not a situation, go to the vets.
Yeah.
Go to Landis Park. Go to the memorial. Go to all of these different locations and see how clean or dirty these tombstones are.
For real.
That's what he's getting ready to do as part of giving back.
That's amazing.
So that's what you do, bro.
That's what you do.
That's what you do, Jamil.
You sat up here and talked about giving back the whole time. Giving back in God. And I appreciate that, bro.
Nah, that's love. And honestly, one of the other reasons like I said it before on the show, my goal to make it to the NFL was never, ever for me. Like I never wanted money and fame. When I got to the NFL, I didn't buy me a new car right away. Wow. And not to say I haven't made money mistakes and all that stuff.
Right.
But my main purpose, I was always the guy in high school that was friends with the guy that not a lot of people liked. They made it thought he was weird.
Yeah.
I wanted to show people, one, it was possible. Violin, it was always nah, don't send your kid to Violin. They're not gonna get a scholarship from there.
Right.
Violin gonna lose again. Teachers saying, y'all gonna do something this year? Understood. You gotta prove it to them, and that's another thing. People think that you start something and they just gonna hand it to you. You gotta prove, and give some people to something to believe in, and that's what I wanted to do. And just show people that, when you make it somewhere, yes, you're going to change, but you don't have to change your complete DNA, of who you are. And I believe that all I am is just a piece of the puzzle, and people it's always sometimes with people is me. Like you said, that's why I love what y'all doing. Y'all sitting at the table when you're providing a vision. Yo, you do this. And he connected to him. That's what we do at PAC. Everything is a handshake away from a monopoly effect of doing something else and create. And everybody's all me. What you gonna do for me? I come here and when I had the opportunity to talk to y'all, I come on this show and I'm like, how can I provide value for my brothers that's bringing me on the show? Everyone thinks like, oh, they would, somebody in my position would be like, hey, I need a couple of dollars for y'all to come bring me on the show. But how can I provide for y'all? How can I be a piece in the puzzle for my community? Right. And that's why I love what y'all doing, because it's more than we not just trying to get on so we can have we want the biggest podcast in the world. But like you said to hell with the podcast, because it's bigger than that. We all trying to show people you got this power, you got this ability, how can we unite that?
And I was going to say that to you. You made it to the top of the pinnacle in the league when it comes to football, but you realize that it's bigger than you. You realize that at an early age that it's bigger than you too.
For real. No, definitely. And I feel like I was just, like I say, I bring it back to God because one, I was blessed with the size, and you know, that community is important. That speaking life into a young man is important, and that's why, you know, if you see me on social media as well, I'm reposting everybody's stuff.
Everybody's stuff. Yo,
I see an artist that may in Jersey that may not believe what I be, and he may not be Christian, he may not, but I'm saying I'm speaking life into that person because how could I not? I had people speaking life into me. They said, yo, you big, you better keep going. I was gonna quit at football. And people kept telling me, nah, you gotta keep going. My dad said, hey, you too big, Pop. You're not gonna sit here and do nothing.
Shame.
Without my dad, I probably wouldn't have kept playing football. I was lazy. And, you know, I had coaches come to me, yo, you got great feet, you got great size, yo, you on your way. That put a vision. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be here. How can I not get back to the kid that say, hey, I want to be like you, or hey, I want to build this business. Hey, I'm about to be the biggest rapper in South Jersey. How can I not speak life into that kid? Because I don't care what values he has. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Because your life can change in one day.
That's facts.
And how could I not? So
that's facts.
I love it.
Before we go, you just mentioned your music. What's up with the music now? What's going on?
Yeah, so, you know, that's why I like this. Y'all have an earnest way of allowing people to, you know, open up and be themselves. So, you know, making the music, I started when I had my second injury, really putting it out. You know, my brothers, my fam, my wife was like, yo, it's actually solid. You might as well put it out. And I started making music in high school on a headphone and a laptop with my boy McKelty. So I've been doing it for a while. I know the game is very saturated right now, but that's a whole other story. So I started making music this year. I was putting it out, and I have a bunch of music. I was thinking about putting out an EP the last time we talked, but a lot of people would say, hey, your music's positive. You really don't cuss that much. And like I said, I've been serving in my church, and I've been having some confliction with the music because I was riding, I was listening to my music, or I was just listening to music, period. And God was like, yeah, people of this world may say, you know, your music positive, you don't really curse a lot, but it wasn't really to his standard. So I feel like really he's telling me, like, if you want to make music, it has to be by my purpose. Like, it has to be, you know, you have to speak life, and it has to be to my standard. So there's times where I was thinking about just like erasing all my music and just starting fresh and, you know, making music for the Lord, like Christian rap. So I've been in confliction, you know, with the music, but at the end of the day, I had to put it out because I couldn't die knowing that I had this talent. And I got people in my inner circle community that said, you know, that was pushing me to do it. So that's kind of where the music is at right now. But it's definitely a passion of mine.
Can I add something? Don't change it.
Facts.
I listen at your music all the time, nephew. And I know we have Christian rap. I know we have battle rap. I know we have just whatever you want to call it. But your music splits and divides and bring it all together.
Facts.
It's not Christian rap. It's not battle rap. It's reality.
Real talk.
You feel me? And reality is just a matter of what phrases you're going to use. Is you're going to use profanity or you're not going to use profanity. So the 6 songs or 3 songs that I heard about I heard personally coming from you was songs that just made sense. Yeah. Don't change it. You don't have to go to gospel. Right. You don't have to go to hardcore. Stay where you at. It's a lane that they're going to follow Jamil Demby in.
I appreciate
you feel
that.
where I'm coming from?
For real.
Don't change it. If you didn't already make that move or whatever the case, I'm not sure. You talk to your mom, your grandmom, your dad. Don't change it because you're telling people you can be me without being me.
Exactly.
When I listen at your music, I can't name it title-wise, but I'm rocking to it. I'm like, damn, he's touching somebody that don't know which direction to go.
Yeah.
Don't change it to Christian rap. Don't change it to hardcore rap. Don't change it to battle rap. Change it to Jamil Demby rap.
That was supposed to happen. I was supposed to hear that tonight.
Been in it for a long time. I've been in the music for a long time. I've been in the music for a long time. When Trop was in the music, they said you're never gonna make it because you don't curse. Trop cussed me out plenty of time. My son cussed me out plenty of time. Me and my brother Chris Wilson took him in the park with cornbread.
Cornbread.
And we about to put hands on him. And we said, no, you're gonna change. You're gonna change your lyrics, or we ain't jumping behind you. That was my partner from the beginning. He hit Billboard 32 consecutive weeks with no profanity.
I'm rolling.
But I came up in a life of how can I move the crowd?
Right.
Rakim never cursed really in his music.
Right.
LL Cool J never really cursed in their music. They just had a mission and a statement that they connected and they ran with. That's what you are.
And a purpose.
And a purpose. That's what you are, bro. So if you didn't already make that move, don't make that move, bro. Because you have a Jermaine Envy lane that people are going to be forced to follow.
Yeah.
That's love.
Definitely appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you coming on too, man.
Appreciate y'all.
So with that being said, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say whenever you're up for that freestyle battle, I'm all down.
You always do that. You always do that. That's the only thing I don't like about you with this show. You always
man? I got freestyle.
June 28th. June 28th. You want to say something real quick? That's tomorrow, right? June 28th.
Plug in camp in.
Tomorrow, man, June 28th. Registration's from 4:30 to 5:30. The camp is from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. A lot of people have seen the Eventbrite close, but anybody is willing to show up the day of, you can. We make sure we have enough shirts just in case for anybody that shows up the day of.
Wow.
And it's a free camp, so it's going to be an amazing time. It's going to be amazing people there. And it's also a community event, so parents stay. Everybody pull up, man. Violent Midget Football League at 3rd Street, Benny Coker Field. It's going to be an amazing time.
How many years is this?
This is the 4th one.
4th year.
But
4th year at the camp.
We started in 2019.
So, wow. Nice. Jamil Demi, y'all. Super Bowl champ, artist.
We love you.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
I don't think they heard us. We love you.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
And this is not going to be the 2nd or 3rd time he's been on here. We're going to continue to bring him on. I love you, nephew.
Free t-shirts.
Huh? There's a free t-shirt.
T-shirts at the camp. Go get them.
Free t-shirt.
Yo! That's that Chris Wilson.
Thank y'all for tuning in tonight.
Only for the kids.
Another one.
I love you.
Only for the kids.
Ryan, as always, you did a great job, Ryan. We love you, Quinn Broadcast. We love you. We love you. Hey, Jim, I see you before you left. We love you, brother.
Shout out Quinn. Shout out Quinn Broadcasting.
Okay. Good stuff.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.
Tanya and Chris, y'all did an excellent job. Y'all did an excellent job. That was hard for me.